What's up, y'all? It is 11:17 p.m., 21st of November, 2024, and Opeth just released their new album, The Last Will and Testament. I am beyond excited to listen to this. I've heard raving reviews. The album leaked a couple of days ago. Opeth is my favorite metal band, and I just can't wait to listen to this and capture my first reaction here. A little bit of background about me. I was working at a hardware store about 2 or 3 years ago. One of my buddies, also named Mike, is a host of a metal radio show in Madison called The Mosh Pit. They get a bunch of tickets to give out to their listeners and such, and he had 2 tickets to Mastodon and Opeth at the rave in Milwaukee. And he was like, hey, I can get you these tickets if you want them. I just want you to see this show. It's going to be amazing. I listened to a little bit of metal at the time. I hadn't gotten much past Window Pane or In My Time of Need by Opeth, so I was just going in blind. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll go to a metal show with Mike. It'll be awesome. A couple of days before the concert, boom, Mike gets COVID. Not me, other Mike. And I'm like, shoot. And so I was stuck with the decision. Do I go by myself? Or do I just say piss on it altogether and forget about it and go another time? And boy, am I glad that I went by myself. I saw Chemist open, Mastodon was second, and Opeth blew me away. I just kept on listening and listening and listening. Ghost Reveries, Blackwater Park, I just went through all of their albums, and now they are my favorite metal band ever. This is the first time where I've been a fan, and I've actually gotten to listen to an album upon its release. I'm super excited to listen to my first Opeth album that came out when I was actually a fan. I was born in 2003, so a lot of their stuff precedes before I was even on this earth. I was also lucky enough to see Opeth on their 2024 North American tour. They came back to the rave in September of this year. So I've heard a couple of the tracks on this album already. I'm super familiar with Paragraph 1. I haven't given Paragraph 3 enough listens, so that's still a little fresh to me. I'm gonna quit talking. Let's get into it. Track 1, Paragraph 1. The growls are bad. The power chords on this song floor me. This is something I didn't get in the radio edit that was dropped on Spotify. Alright, Paragraph 2.
A child in the night, courage to survive, love like quicksand, yet they wander to the given house. Dreadful daughter.
That bass line, ugh. strength. Where could this go?
Reclaim your soul. There is a rising tide of sorrow. Sister, there is a rising tide of sorrow.
I like that ends on that high note. Oh, all right. That was nuts. That went like 50 different directions in one song. The clean vocals versus the growls, it was perfect. Right in the middle of the song, when we went to A Descendant Daughter, the whole song structure just blew up. It was so cinematic. That was incredible. And it faded in really nicely with the end of paragraph 1 into paragraph 2. I figured with all the paragraphs it was gonna kind of all flow together, but wow. And now we're on to paragraph 3, which I have heard before, but again, like I said, I'm not too familiar with it. So paragraph 3, here we go. The timing is so wonky, but it works. There are 10 seconds left in the song, and they go full bore. You just don't know where it's going. They did such a nice job at the end of that song, bringing it down to those dissonant chords, all the way down to the pretty string section, and then back to full bore right before it ends. And we are on to paragraph 4. Is this what plays when you go to heaven? Oh, the flute. What a build. The use of the left and right, that just went gold in, mouth, heat, in, oh. What an eerie soundscape to end the song. Alright, I'm gonna stop. I just heard the beginning of paragraph 5. I think we're going to heaven again. That was my favorite track so far. The song structure was ridiculous. What blows my mind a lot of times about Opeth is the counting. I try and count with them and I cannot. I don't understand the level of talent that these guys are at, that they can actually count and fit in all these parts. The vocals, incredible in that song. The flute solo, the strings. I love that middle section of the song where they slowly built it back up. I love at the very end they had some just some really quick staccato notes at the end of those guitar lines, and it just fits so well. Let's not dilly-dally around. Let's keep her moving. Paragraph 5. I feel like I'm about to see a unicorn. Such a funky groove. And there's those strings carrying it. Oh, that bass. A little bass fill into that line was ridiculous. Where are we going? The strings are back. It's so beautiful. I also really like the drumming on this track. There was just so many different grooves, and pairing along with those lighter parts and then leading into those heavier parts, just incredible. I've been reading the lyrics this whole time. I'm getting the gist of the lyrical content. It's gonna take a while for me to understand what any of this means. And we're gonna move on to paragraph 6. That bass line is disgusting. have chills. Oh god. The dueling guitars are gorgeous. That last minute and a half is some of my favorite music I've ever heard. The acoustic guitar dueling with the electric guitar, the flutes over the top. Oh my god. And we only have 2 tracks left. Oh. Out of the 6 that I've heard so far, 2 of them are not new to me. So that leaves 4 songs, and I am blown away so far. We have Paragraph 7, and then the last track is called A Story Never Told. Paragraph 7. Definitely feels a little darker than the last one. Is this the Lotus Eater? The choir in the back of this outro is just chef's kiss. I think this album is very lyrically dense. I'm just so perplexed by the music. I'm gonna have to go back in and look and try and grasp the concept of the album all over again. I really like that track. I think it ties all the tracks together. It's got nice elements of everything, and I think that's kind of an ending point. That outro was kind of like it almost felt like a walk out. So I'm curious what this A Story Never Told is, this very last track. Track 8, last track, A Story Never Told. This already feels way different. Flute and piano are so beautiful in this track. Michael's vocals in this song are just so beautiful. Sometimes I think that Opeth ruins other music for me because there's nothing else that complex. What a perfect ending. I felt like that the end of paragraph 7 was kind of the walkout, and A Story Never Told was like the strings, the piano, Michael singing for one, and then letting the guitar sing out the last part. They just they just pleased everybody that needed to be pleased. They just pleased the old heads that wanted the growls, the new heads that like the prog stuff. They just hit all the marks. I think paragraph 6 was my favorite. Paragraph 6, paragraph 4, and A Story Never Told. Those were my three that I really, really enjoyed. The growls versus the clean vocals, I feel like they did a good job at not doing too much of one or too much of the other. The drumming, oh my goodness gracious. I hope that doesn't get covered up because they produced it really well. A nice pair of headphones really makes those drums pop. It was worth the wait, it was worth the delay. Well done. Please come to the rave again, because I'll come see you and give you money. Good way to end the year. Later.